Please listen carefully.
Hey everybody, it's Jace Marshall again with Marshall Made Collectibles. Today we're going to do another unboxing and review of ACI Toys International Limited Action Statues. Today what we have is The Thinker by Auguste Rodin, and he was a French sculptor who lived in the later part of the 1800s. I believe he died in the early 1900s. But he was a famous French sculptor, and today what we have is ACI's take on The Thinker. What I really like about this piece, I know we've already done the Hercules one, is this one is done as a bronze, and it has washes and the finishes, and it has a particular patina on the whole figure that is just absolutely gorgeous. And if you're familiar with The Thinker, he actually sits on like a piece of stone, and that's even included in here, so you could recreate that look of the statue. And like what I did with the Hercules review, I'm going to actually have a photograph in the back end where I do all my HD photos, where you can have a chance to see the actual statue and compare it for yourself with what ACI has put out. Again, we've got this nice, really slick, flat black magnetic flat box. You have the hammer and chisel on the front, the Action Statues name, and this is going to be their logo for all of these that they're going to do. And this is done in like a nice silver kind of foil. Tells you it's a 12-inch collectible articulated figure, and the only thing that distinguishes these from the different ones is the sticker on the front, which actually shows a picture of the figure, the statue of what it is, and the sculptor who's responsible for the actual sculpture. So on the front you just have that. On the sides there's nothing. And then on the back side, we have the logo again, the legalese, who it was distributed by, who was the producer, the figure designer, everything like that. So, very nice, very sleek, very elegant type box. When we open her up, again, it's different than what we've seen before, because we're used to seeing like the plastic trays with ACI. Here what we have is a foam cover. And like the other figures in the series, you don't have a ton of accessories, but you're not meant to. What you're getting is the statue. So let's go ahead and take out his accessories first, which he has. Oh, there goes one of the hands. There goes his base, and you can see the little imprint on it for where his feet are, and that's where he's going to sit. And that's actually got a nice little heft to it. I don't know if that's polystone, but if you look, it really has a nice finish. In fact, what I've done for these reviews, instead of having my normal studio light, I'm actually doing these with some sunlight going through, so you can see the finish. And it's got the nice bronzes, the kind of like green when it starts to tarnish. And not just the base, but the whole body is done like that. And this one's just beautiful. There's one of the hands, extra hands he comes with. Besides the hands that are already on the figure, you're going to get 3 more. You get like a gripping hand, more of the finger, like where he's touching his head. That's the famous hand. That would be the one where he's got towards his head. And the other one is another gripping hand. And what they've offered with all these statues are these cute little shorts that say I love New York on them. They're little pink shorts. Actually, with the Thinker, you won't need those, because the actual sculpture of the Thinker, he does not have his, what's a polite way of saying it? His junk is not hanging out. With Hercules, the other statue figure that we've done, he he has his genitalia hanging out, so I can understand why they would do that. But honestly, if you're getting these, you're getting them because you love the art or the sculptor or what have you. You probably are not going to use these. These are cute that they put in here, but we're not going to be that prude with our reviews here. I will take some pictures of him with the shorts on just because I think it's funny. But let's go ahead and take the figure out. And already, just looking at the bronze detailing on him, that head sculpt is dead on of the thinker. And I don't know if the camera is picking it up. That's why I always like to do the HD photos at the end where you can see it. Just really, really gorgeous paint on him. You know, and you're so used to getting a body and it's just done in flesh tones. And actually something like this is probably a lot more difficult to achieve because, I mean, even down to the individual fingers, you've got that bronze and then like the green wash over it. But just a gorgeous piece. And if you're a collector of figures, I know a lot of the people that are into ACI are definitely into like the warriors, the Rome, the gladiators, things like that. This is actually kind of highbrow for even ACI, and it's just, I could see these being on somebody's desk at work, and people not even know that they're action figures. But just gorgeous, really well done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking here for a second, and we'll have some HD photos here at the end. And like I said at the very beginning of the review, we'll go ahead and have some pictures of the actual thinker statue. But if you're looking for something different, something to maybe class up your collection a little bit, these statue figures would definitely do it. And something that most people wouldn't think of when thinking of action figures, and if they saw this, I don't think they would think it's a toy or something that collectors always worry what other people think. Not that I do, but this would not be something that I think if somebody saw that they could gawk at all. Speaking real quick of the body, the first one we had an Andrew body. This one is the Bruce, just because it's got that cut joint in the middle. So that's the only thing that I see is different on this one compared to the other one. And I guess you would need that ab joint because he's going to bend down while he's sitting on his rock thinking. Anyway, thank you for watching. And this is Jace for Marshall Made Collectibles.